All right, BT, taking a look here at that tournament from Val Reese down there. Um, Taking a look there at Adrian Gonzalez in the upper left. Um, I'm real happy with the overall move that you got, Bud. It's a smooth looking swing. The pattern is very good. You've got a good overall throwing pattern. We got a good negative move. And our stride includes both a load and an unload. So it's a pretty smooth looking move with the ball. All right, Blaine. When I look at a swing, I look at three main areas: the back leg, which again pretty much controls our footwork, the back arm, and the front side. All right, let's start with the back leg. And again, the whole reason you're striding, the reason anyone takes a step when they throw or when they hit, when you lift your foot, when the foot's off the ground, your back leg is loaded, and then we want to feel like that back leg is unloading before the foot gets down. Okay, so it's very simple: back leg loads, back leg unloads. Okay, and again, we really want to feel like the back leg controls our feet. So really, when the back leg loads, it pulls the front foot up. When the back leg unloads, it puts it down. Okay. I noticed here on this particular swing, use a little bit of a tap back and then go. Whereas on these, you use a little bit more of just a leg kick, similar to what Adrian's doing there, and both can work. Okay. The bottom line is that our footwork must involve both a load and an unload, and we want that back leg to begin to go before that heel lands. Just a very simple 1-2 action out of our back leg, just like our 1-2 drill we do with no arms. So I'm very happy with the rhythm, the fluidity of that move. You're getting loaded before release. You're unloading before the front heel drops. There's good driving action there. And again, as part of the footwork, you've done just a phenomenal job with that front foot. Okay, I mean, that's really staying square, and you've really made a great correction with that front side. Okay, so especially this one here in the upper right, I'm really seeing good drive, off of that backside. The two on the bottom, I like the position we're in here, but I think once the leg goes, and it goes good here, maybe not quite as good here, but once it goes, I think on these swings down here, you may get a little too involved, in trying to turn it. And so see, on this one here, we do get a little bit of a forward drive out of it as it lands. On this one here, I think there's maybe a little bit too much intent to turn it. Okay, we don't get quite the drive. Okay, so the bottom line is, don't force that leg to spin. Don't force it to turn over. It's going to turn on its own. Okay, if we compare you to Adrian, you can see how his foot is still straight ahead at this point. Okay, y'all make contact at the same time. So we back it up, so you're turning your feet sooner and with more intent to turn your feet than he is. Even after he hits it, it kind of comes back to sideways. Okay, so I'm real happy with the rhythm, the fluidity. There is load. There's good unload on most of your swings. Okay, just don't force the foot to spin. Okay, don't force it over. Just focus on getting it ready and making a well-timed, effective, efficient press, sideways push, unloading action to the front side. Okay, and don't force it over. Okay, you can see how quickly, again, I think that's the key frame. He's still sideways at that point. You're turned over and your whole body's kind of turning with it. Okay, and we'll talk about that more in a second. Okay, but I really like how square we are here. That's very nice with that front foot. Okay, that front foot's keeping you on the ball, even though your upper half is really flowing open. Okay, so again, really want that back leg to control the feet. Just load and unload the back leg, and we'll be in good shape there. And so we'll go ahead and move to the front side here, which again, includes everything from the front foot all the way through the eyes on that front side. And again, since we're talking about the back leg controlling the feet, it's a good segue to the front foot. And again, outstanding right there. We want that front side to land basically the same way it started. The front leg starts bent and square. The front foot is square. The hip is square. When we land, the foot is still square. The front knee is bent but firm, just like it started. Okay, so we're basically, you know, in the same position with regard to that front side. The eyes are still straight ahead. The shoulders haven't opened. Okay, so, you know, pretty good landing position there with regard to the front side. You know, as we go through, and I think some of it's related to the back leg force and spin. You can really see it on this ball here. This ball is away, the one in the bottom left-hand corner. This ball's on the outside third of the plate. Okay, and you can see how you're force and turn on the upper, and you're barely able to get to that ball. His ball also is on the outside corner, and you can see how we can still see his chest, and he didn't fly open. Okay, so when I look at this front side, this is what we're looking for, is this strong base to hit behind. It hasn't collapsed, it hasn't flown wide open, and we haven't kind of in order to get to that ball, we have to create some funny positions because we've flown open, and so we don't look like this if we have a good strong front side that's not flying open. So bottom line is, let's get away from trying to spin our feet, because I think that starts it. And then I think you start using your upper body, you know, too much, too soon, and for too long. If you look at Adrian there, you know, his hips begin to pull on his shoulders and his torso. But then through here, get rid of that line, through here, the shoulders really don't turn too much. Okay, look how turning. Now this ball is inside, so you're going to turn more to hit that ball. Now you were able to square that one up because it was on the inside. So anything in, you're going to handle well. Anything out, you're going to pull off of it. So we've got to quit turning here, and we've got to try to keep our upper tilted. You see this tilt Adrian creates with his upper here. Okay, and we have more of a shoulder position like this. Okay, whereas you're a little bit more, you know, vertical here. Okay, we don't get quite that tilted position that we're looking for. Bottom line is, Blaine, we've got to reduce how much our upper body is spinning open. You can see his shoulders stop turning through, and, you know, at contact, his back arm is getting close to extension. You can see how much bend there is in your arm as you get through, because your upper is still turning through. The shoulders keep spinning, whereas his shoulders, you know, slow down, and he really lets that arm finish through contact. Okay, and there's less shoulder turn. So what's the feeling that we want to really feel here? We want to feel ourselves land square. You know, feet are still straight ahead, doing such a great job with that front side. But from here with the upper, you know, we want to try to keep our chest away from that pitcher. Stay tilted on the upper. Okay, stay tilted on the upper and not turned. Tilt the shoulders, don't turn them, and then really feel that back arm throw through contact. Okay, really feel yourself. Another good cue is, you know, hit the ball with your hands, not with your arms, not with your shoulders. Really feel your hands get through the ball. Don't feel like your shoulders are spinning through contact. Hit it with your hands, not with your shoulders. Don't feel yourself turning through it. Let the hands snap through the ball. Okay? Again, you know, a lot of good things going on here. We've just got to cut down on the overturning. And you've done a great job with that front foot, so I have no doubt we're going to get there. All right, last area is the back arm. We take a look here at Adrian. The back arm path is you know, rather simple. We want to see that elbow work up, okay, during the loading phase, and then it's going to work to the ball. And again, very critical here as it works to the ball, as that elbow gets to the side, everybody's going to slot. We want that elbow to be very bent, and we want the top hand positioned out towards the pitcher so that the bat stays on top of our hands here. So, you know, as we land here, this particular swing is a little different than these two. You know, I like the fact that the bat's, you know, taller here. It's not back behind our head quite so much. The this lead arm is a little too locked out for me, and I still have to end the back elbow is a little too wide. Now this pitch winds up being, you know, kind of low and away. You know, you might have been reaching for that ball out there, might have been some of that, but we really want to get to this position the same way every time. In other words, that foot is down, the back leg has pressed into the front side, and we're sliding. We really need to be here regardless of where the location is. Now, after this, obviously the pitch location is going to affect you know, where the barrel goes. It's going to get flat, you know, for a high pitch like this one here in the upper right hand corner. You had a high pitch there, and so you're gonna flatten a little more on a high pitch, just because the, you know, the trajectory is different. But we need to work on landing with a steeper barrel, Blaine. We really don't want that bat getting behind our head here, and that elbow's a little too wide at that point. Okay. You know, real simple reason, that keeps the bat very light. And it keeps it on a shorter path, so you get a lighter bat with a shorter path, and we really have this feeling that we're throwing the barrel down and behind the ball, whereas your path is a little bit more of, you know, kind of around the ball, okay, and up to the ball instead of, you know, if you look at Adrian, there's more of a downward throw behind feeling, okay. You can see how much later his barrel is above his hands here, okay, that angle there. I know you had a high pitch there, so that's a little different. This pitch wasn't quite so high, but that barrel's below our hands too much. Some of that's due to the turning. Okay. We've got to get to this position on every swing where, you know, after we've made contact, the top hand throws over the bottom. Okay, so again, if we back Adrian up, again, if you trace that back arm, elbow works up, elbow works to the ball. Contact here, still a little bend in the back arm. Okay, but then within about 3 or 4 frames of contact, that top hand is over the top, and we get to this position where, you know, the top hand is thrown over, the bottom hand is under, both arms are extended. Okay. You need to model this after contact finish position at home. We've got to get there on every swing we take. Okay? Contact, finish, in that position. Now once you get here, once you're here, okay, then that top hand can let go and you can release. But we've got to get there before release. And I prefer top hand release, but not until after we get to this position. Both arms have extended after contact, top hand over bottom, then we can let it go. Okay, Blaine, so, you know, in summary, you're doing a lot of things well. Let's just, you know, quit spinning the back foot and quit spinning the shoulders. We're going to tilt those shoulders. We're not going to let him see our chest. We're really going to finish those hands through contact, okay? Going to hit it with our hands, not our shoulders. So tilt them, tilt the upper body, don't turn it so much, okay? But you're doing, you know, just a fantastic job. I know you're having fun, and I really enjoy coaching you. And you know, very talented ball player, and really looking forward to continuing to work with you. See you soon, Blaine.